Welcome everyone. My name is Scott Thorkelson, and today I am excited to present our senior Capstone project, a multi-platformed application that is designed to help individuals practice hearing skills, particularly benefiting those with cochlear implants. But before we dive into the details, let's have a quick demonstration showcasing the most interesting features of our application.
Hello. Low. Low. Let's practice hearing and differentiating between similar sounding words. Mary. Yam. Shorned. Shorned. Warmed. Formed. Scorned. Shorned. Scorned. Shorned. Realistic. Forum. Forum. Let's practice hearing and differentiating between similar sounding words in sentences. I think I am faint. I would describe it as sane. They are talking about the fresh. I thought it was sad. We were not able to find the fire. We were not able to find the fire. Sire. Fire. Flyer. Squire.
Wonderful. Now let's take a closer look at the various aspects of our project. Our application aims to provide a comprehensive platform for hearing practice. It is designed with cochlear implant users in mind, offering exercises to improve auditory comprehension. Key features include single word and sentence exercises, along with real-time statistics tracking. Let's take a closer look at each of these.
Hello, my name is Dustin and I created the single word exercise. This exercise is very simple. A word is played for the user and then the user picks the correct word out of 4 options. There are 5 rounds, meaning 5 sets of words. If the user gets the word incorrect, they'll have the opportunity to replay each word to practice. The score for this exercise is based on accuracy, speed, and background noise. For this exercise, the user can change the word list they're practicing, the text-to-speech voice used, and the background noise.
Hi, my name is Nihar. I developed exercise 2 with the help of my many teammates. I used Dustin's framework in conjunction with the wordless code that Darya gave me to develop the sentence exercise. The gist of this exercise is there is a sentence that's played out and the user has the option to replay that sentence. On the screen, the sentence is written out with the exception of one missing word, and the user's job, your job, is to guess what the missing word is, and there are 4 options, and you have the option to click one of the 4 words, and you are scored on accuracy, and you're given bonus points for selecting the right answer quickly. And if you select the wrong answer, you have the option to replay the words to hear them back again.
Hi, I'm Layla. I designed and implemented the UI for our app. For this slide, I'm discussing the UI I designed for our stats page. The stats page features a line graph that by default plots all scores recorded over all time, with time being the number of days the user has practiced. There are several drop-down menus at the top of the stats page that allows the user to filter the score data plotted in the line graph by exercise, background noise level, and word list, allowing for a more detailed analysis of their performance. These statistics empower users to track their progress, identify areas for improvement, and tailor their practice sessions to optimize their learning outcomes.
Word lists are very important for the Auditory Ace application. Sienna compiled an extensive list of word groups for us, and we worked together to turn those into CSV files. She created word lists with 30 groupings. The files contain 4 similar sounding words, their parts of speech, and their sound. My part of the project was to read in these files to the code and have them randomly select one of the 4 words as correct. This is modular, so it's easy to add or remove word lists. This is similar for sentence frames, except those only contain a sentence and the part of speech.
Hello, my name is Jordan, and I implemented the background noise system for Auditory Ace. The background noise functionality plays audio resembling either white noise or physical noise that is intended to mask the word or phrase being spoken to the user. In the current version of Auditory Ace, there are 4 levels of background noise the user can choose from: none, low, medium, or high. As the level of background noise increases, so does its volume, which is relative to the volume of the word or phrase being tested. To reward users for using background noise, their score gains a multiplier which is increased the higher the level of background noise selected.
In future versions of the app, we have a few ideas that we'd like to prioritize. When it comes to the text-to-speech voice options, we noticed that there were a wide variety of voices available, some that were better than others. We'd like to see the voices on the app be the ones with the most clarity and the most consistent sound. We would also like to see some tone-based exercises in any future renditions. This would be things like instruments or other sound effects, with the user identifying what they are or where they're coming from. We'd also like to make our word list customizable. So we know from our research that cochlear implant users could struggle with different phonemes, so allowing users to incorporate their own word lists allows for infinite customization that fits everyone's needs. We'd also like to see our app move away from Godot onto a web application platform. Rather than restricting users based on Android or iOS, we want this program to be available as a resource for anyone to access from a browser.
Great. Moving to our technical details. Our application architecture consists of a main menu leading to a pre-exercise screen. This pre-exercise screen then transitions into the actual exercise. Additionally, from anywhere in the app, you're able to access the statistics screen where you will see a graph with your current accuracy score compared to the day since you started the app. You also can get to the help screen from the sidebar. This help screen has a place so that you can email any bugs you find, as well as see all the other legal information about the app. What did our development cycle look like? Well, we used a 2-week sprint cycle, and our sprints were laid into 4 total sprints. We had the first sprint, where we worked on exercise demos and screen layout. We then moved to sprint 2, where we implemented these exercises into Godot as a true form, and we also formatted our screens so that they would properly work in Godot. Then in sprint 3, we connected all the screens and exercises so that the app was one continuous flowing application. We also added statistics at this point. Finally, in the last sprint, we finalized all statistics and released the app. Looking at contributions, we had Dustin and Nihar taking primary lead on the exercises. Layla was the head of the UI and UX of the app. Darya and Sienna both worked on the word lists, both in the front end and the back end of the word lists. Jordan took care of the background noise and statistics, and Darya was the head of our documentation team. Looking at customer feedback, our primary customer was our sponsor, Tim Anderson, and his primary feedback is that a web application will be a better format for this app moving forward, as we do not want to pay the cost of the developer's fee within the release to Apple. We also want to include more exercises and word lists in the application, and that should be something that a future team would easily be able to tackle. We also want to ensure that the text-to-speech voices are audible, when you look at the Mac side of the application, there are dozens of voices, and many of which either do not speak at all or have very grainy and robotic voices that make it almost impossible to hear. Reflecting on our experience, we gained valuable insights into the fact that unknowns are very difficult to plan for. For example, we had crazy weather this winter that caused many power outages, making it difficult for everyone to work on the application. It is also very difficult to plan for new jobs coming up. It makes it difficult to meet with people when their new jobs arise, and it makes it very difficult to coordinate with one another. We also learned that 10 weeks is a very short time frame. Where we thought 10 weeks was going to be plenty of time to get many of our objectives done, and possibly some stretch goals, it came down to the wire to get everything done in time. It's also very difficult to unknowingly compete. In our case, there was another team from the business department that was creating a similar application to ours on the web app side for a Google competition. This unknowing competition kind of threw a wrench into a few things, but ultimately it worked out in the end. Finally, at times, it is definitely too many people to have 7 members working on the same project at the same time. An agile team normally does not consist of 7 members and will usually stay around 4 to 5 members. Thank you all for watching our presentation. I hope you enjoyed and learned a lot about Auditory Ace. With special thanks to Tim Anderson, our sponsor, and many other people that he introduced me to throughout this process. I was happy to rely on all of you for the help that you were able to assist with during our project. Now, let's take a more in-depth look at the application. When you first load up the app, you're introduced with automatic playing music and a screen to make sure you can hear the music so that you hear the app. Then you get to the home screen. At the home screen, you can click on your statistics page. Looking here, I've done an exercise for the day, and we see that I have a score of 3,950. If we go to the help page, we can go here to see any sort of documentation or credit for the application. We can also report any bugs we find to the Auditory Ace email. Jumping into the pre-exercise screen, we are greeted with a description of the exercise, which if you click on, you can hear.
Let's practice hearing and differentiating between similar sounding words.
You can decide what word list you want to practice. Automatically, it starts as random and will choose any of the word lists that you have in the app. If we want to choose a specific one, we just have to click on it. Then, you get the option of your text-to-speech voice. On Windows, which we're currently on, we see that there is David
Hello.
and 0.
Hello.
Hello.
Then you get to the background noise. You can choose any of the 3 options we have currently. As this is a recording, I'm going to do bus interior as it doesn't add any other sort of chatter.
Low.
Then you can pick what sort of volume strength you want the background noise at. So this is low,
Low.
medium,
Medium. High.
and high.
Low.
Again, as I'm going to be talking over this, let's do medium. If you want to hear all of this in tandem, you can once again click on the description of the exercise.
Let's practice hearing and differentiating between similar sounding words.
Let's start into the exercise.
Serious.
On this screen, we can see that we've done 0 out of the 5 current problems. We can always exit if we feel like we need to take a break or we don't want our score to count for some reason. Now, as I've been talking, I forgot the word, so I'm going to click on this button to hear it again.
Serious.
Serious.
Brief.
If I get a word wrong, the screen will pop up so that I can practice all the words on the screen.
Brief. Fierce. Beef. Messy. Brief.
And we can clearly see the correct one was brief because it is highlighted green, and the one that I selected was beef.
Furious. Sad. Play.
At the end of an exercise, you're introduced with a game summary. So this will be your score, which is calculated primarily on your accuracy, but it also takes time into consideration. Then you see your accuracy, so we got 4 out of 5 there. We see the word list that we practiced, so if you do random, it will show the proper word list. And then we also see the level of the background noise. And we can try again, which will take us right back to the start of the exercise screen. If we do I'm done, that'll take us to the home screen. Let's take a closer look at the sentences. We're greeted with the same pre-exercise screen with a different description. All the same things apply, so let's make sure that we're on no background noise, and we're on David, and let's do T versus P's.
I saw a cap today.
I saw a cat today.
They are talking about the twine.
Here, if I don't remember what the sentence was, I can replay the entire sentence.
They are talking about the twine.
Just like in single word, you can select on each word.
Time. Pie. Twine.
If you get it wrong. Unlike single word, it will say the whole sentence when you practice.
They are talking about the twine.
And then you continue on.
I am not sure if I like the pop.
Rather than finishing this out, let's just click exit. It'll take us back to the pre-exercise screen. Looking at the statistics page, we can see specific exercises. We can see specific word lists. And as I did not complete a T versus P at all, we do not see any sort of score for that. And you can do the same thing with background noises.